Happy Monday, everyone. This is Greg Dixon from Shared Visions Unlimited Publishing. And today is day one of the Trend Trading Daily Challenge. So I published my own book called Trend Trading for Financial Freedom last week. And I've created a membership program that has the book in it and also a growing number of resources. So today I thought I would introduce the idea of trading, and the intention here is to see if this is something you might want to pursue yourself. So anyway, I'm going to ask a few questions out here. For one, where are you guys at? Maybe just tell me where you're located. And the next question is, do you have any trading experience at all? Have you tried trading stocks, commodities, foreign exchange, anything like that? Just let me know in the chat if you've had any kind of experience trading. And I guess the follow-up question is, have you had much success trading? I know it's easier said than done to be a successful trader, and I've watched some very successful traders, and I've known many people who've had a lot of trouble. And so anyway, what I'm doing here is my trend trading for financial freedom is based on some fairly simple analysis of trends, and the main idea is to trade when things are going up, and buy when you're going up, sell when they're going down. It's not as simple as that sometimes, but I'm trying to make it as simple as possible. And while I'm here, I might as well explain this little icon, this little graphic of me on a bull. Years ago, I was spent a lot of time trying to learn and trading options. And I had Stuart McKenzie commissioned him to create this little cartoon caricature of me on a bull. I didn't have a beard at that time, and so I wrote a book called Day Trading Options that I put out. That it was an ebook and a binder. This book here is actually on Amazon, so you can get a print book, and the whole entire book is in the membership area. So in a recent episode, well, actually probably not so recent to me, of Yellowstone, John Dutton was at a rodeo with his buddy, and they were sitting there and watching the bull racing and a bull riding, and John's friend says, "Well, I really wouldn't want to meet the guy who thought getting on a bull was a good idea." And John Dutton said, "Well, yeah, I wouldn't mind meeting him to see what he was thinking, but I really wonder about the second guy who jumped on the bull." So anyway, with that said, so let's go take a look. I'm going to jump into the membership area a little bit, and then we're going to go take a look at some strategies, and then we'll take a look at what's happening in the market today. I'm looking at cryptocurrencies rather than stocks or other things, commodities, foreign exchange. For one of the things is the crypto market is very volatile and pretty darn fickle. And so there are opportunities. So there's almost always something moving, and the movements can be fairly significant. Bonk last week did at least a 40% run in a 24-hour period. So if you had some money and caught it in time, you could have made quite a lot of money. And then it subsequently dumped a lot too. So that's what I'm going to talk about, is how do you recognize opportunities. I'm just going to share the screen here, show the screen briefly here to the membership area. And it's getting started. Eventually you'll have sections for almost everything in the book, but the book is here right now, and I'll just flip through it, and so you get an idea what's in it. There we go. And fairly good table of contents. The prologue is why I really wanted to get involved in trading. And there's a bunch of things here. Overview here. This is actually something worth discussing. In the news recently, in April, they said there's a thing called the halving with Bitcoin, and that it was going to, maybe explode. You should be holding a lot of Bitcoin anyway. When it come to the day that they expected it, the exact opposite happened. So it's just one of these things. Is the thing I'm going to teach you in this course is to expect the unexpected, and really to um, really just take a look at what's actually happening in the market. The other thing is, I don't know if you plan to tag along trading with me on this. Um, one thing I suggest is that you track your trades. So I've got let's see here. I've created an Excel spreadsheet that if you sign up for this challenge, if you're going to tag along, you can download for free, and it's also in the membership area for total traffic, or not total traffic conversion, for trend trading freedom. And let's see, you can't see it because I got to share the tab. There we go. So here's what I did today. I don't really have much money in the account. What I did is I cleared it out. I sold off a bunch of things, and I've got a modest cash balance that I can use for trading today. And I've got $32.32 in trades, which are really just sort of, if something was, say, I had a $15 in there, and I sold $10, and then I've got less than $5. I got a bunch of things with $2 and $3 kind of thing in the account at the moment, and that's the idea. So let's go take a look at what's happening in the trends here, and maybe I'll show you what's going on here. Okay, let's see if I can find Bitcoin. Okay, I'm using okay, I gotta share this tab. So I'm using a platform called Netcoins, but there are lots of others. Maybe in the chat you can, if you've got a favorite platform, you can just type that in. Let me know here. So just what I like about this chart here, this trend here, is it can show a year, and you can see here for the first half of the year, first about 6 months, Bitcoin was just sort of going sideways, idling, not doing a whole lot, and then for about 5 months, you look like a trading genius if all you did is bought a bunch of Bitcoin and then rode up the trend there, and then it hit this peak. And actually, the irony is this is when all the so-called experts were saying that it was going to jump high, and pretty much the opposite happened. So it's been kind of going sideways and maybe slightly downward here, but there's quite a lot of volatility. And so looks like, so that's what the last 3 months look. That's a 3 month chart. This is in the last month. And look at that. So the economy down, sliding down here, and then it's coming up. And who's to say if that's going to be a start of a upward trend, or it's going to turn around and blip. So this is the 7-day thing. So most of the week here, like the middle of the week, it's been on an upward trend. That's been pretty good. And then it's kind of dipped. So, and in the last 24 hours, it's kind of down. So I would say, so my basic, my trading methodology here is to look for things that are trending upwards for a period of time. So right now, at the moment here, Bitcoin is trending down, and that's at the current hour. And then it's kind of gone sideways, but at the tail end, it's gone down. So you never know the timing. So I'm thinking in Bitcoin here, mostly most of the other cryptocurrencies kind of follow the trend. I think it's just sort of, and here we can see in the market, everything's down a bit at the moment, except Solana. Well, that's interesting. And Adam, let's see what else is going down. Well, let's go. Let's take a look at Solana. See what it's doing. Okay, so right now, oh, it's in a downward trend. 24 hours, it had gone up a bit, and then it's gone down, and the 7 days here. So I'm thinking today is probably not a good day to jump in and purchase anything, but here, this is what I look at. So this Solana is in the last 7 days has generally been on an upward trend. So if you were sitting on Solana, you'd bought in here somewhere, you might just, because it's on an upward trend, you might not automatically sell when it dipped here. You probably hold on to it, but if your 7 day trend was like this, you just shouldn't be in it at all. Really, that's just the thing. Yeah, let's see what else. See if there's anything else that might be exciting. This is what I would call a nobody moves, nobody gets hurt day. Probably best to not jump into anything here. There are a couple of really super. Okay, I'll show you Bonk. This one here, relatively a new entry on this platform, and you can see each one is very small. Like just a really a fraction of a dollar. Like I don't know if you remember when Bitcoin was introduced, it was worth a tenth of a cent or something like that in the early times, and now it's over 70,000 or something in US dollars, what is near 90,000 in Canadian dollars. So if you had bought a big whack of those things when you were, when it was less than a dollar and held on to it to now, you'd be doing quite well. But anyway, here, let's see, I'll show you. Let's see here. Okay, so the 7 day here, it just went like one day here. I think I caught this. It started at the beginning, went up in a very short period, over 40%, and then it dropped down. So this is the kind of opportunity you're looking for. If you catch something at the beginning of the trend here, and you buy in and keep buying as it going up, and then unload it. I made 30% in a trade going up, and then it turned around, and I talk about in the book. I have a thing called the basic thing that gets in the way from successful traders, what I call the optimism bias. We're kind of hardwired to expect things to work out better, even when the evidence in front of us doesn't really support it. So, so here, here's a little uptick here, and so you say, oh, okay, it's going to go up, and so you might jump in there when you really shouldn't. So that's one of the things. Two things: the optimism bias, like you're hoping it will go up, and then the other thing is when the indicator. A lot of the things I recommend is selling early. Not everybody advises this, but as soon as it's starting this downward trend, you're getting out. So you maybe got stuff, you maybe bought here, once it starts going down, and it looks like a trend, and I would say if it's going down for more than 2 or 3 hours, then it's probably going to continue down. Momentum will carry it down. So if you're clearing out your holdings, so if you're by the time you're down here in an extended trend, you should be sitting mostly in cash and waiting for an opportunity. There are people who say you shouldn't sell it ever because you're going to be at a loss. Well, what will happen is your portfolio will keep on decreasing in value, and it may take a while. If you've ever traded and held stocks, let's say you bought something at $100. There was almost a year where everything was consistently going down, and maybe 6 months, and then at the end of the year. So if you just held on to it after a year, you would get maybe lucky to get your money out, and all that time your money's stagnant. So the whole trading method here is to keep your money active. So you're buying here, and then and if you think it's stalling and you want to just take your profit out. But certainly I really suggest not holding on to things as they're as they're dropping. Um, the analogy I used in the book here is like there've been a couple episodes of Mayday where the plane is crashing and the pilots are, for whatever reason, they're just sort of paralyzed and they're just watching the whole thing crash. So um, I think if you've got a whole pile of money in there and it's not going your way, um, uh, my advice is to get out, because even if it turns around in another 15 minutes and then starts going up, you can always buy in. So you really only lost the commission, and in on a platform like Netcoins, it's very small. It's not really a factor in whether you buy and sell very much, and then you can get it on the way up. So so try to ride the stars as they're going up, and then I almost called the book "Dump the Dogs." Then I realized that those words had a very bad connotation online. So anyway, but that's the idea: is you trade as things are going up, trade as things going down. I got one more last thing I want to show you, um, and where am I at? Okay, got to get my mouse over here. If you're going to trade, here's one thing: is it's really sometimes hard to tell um, if you're really making good trades, right? So I created it's also, this spreadsheet includes this thing to download to track each individual trade that you make. Um, and what you buy it for and what you sell it for. Uh, that's this here, the buy price, and then what you end up, and then the sell price here. And this is actually that bonk thing. So I had actually bought it. I made 28% in on that buying and selling there, and then I should have moved on, gone for a walk or something, but I had the fear of missing out. I thought maybe it was going to continue, and ended up losing 8%. So I was ahead, pretty good, but still, you won't know exactly how you're doing unless you track the individual trades. You can get a gross idea here with the daily portfolio, because if you've got a balance of 131 and you're doing a bunch of stuff and the next day it's 140 or it's 120, you've gone up or gone down, and the notes are, it's a learning experience. So our mission here, when you're starting, is really just um, the first goal is just not ever have a losing day. So always buy something that's got a good momentum going up, and not hang on to it so that you have a losing day to recover from. And then the next level is always have a positive day. The first goal is, if you can get to the point where you're consistently trading and you're making at least 1% a week, that can be life changing. We're talking about you know less than $200 here, $100 of cash. But that could be, when you get comfortable with what you're trading, that could be 1,000 or 10,000 or 100,000, and then all of a sudden a 30% gain on with, when you've got tens of thousands of dollars at play, can make a difference. So yeah, that's all. I think that's all I have to say for today. Um, Again, you can find the book at let's see, where's the banner here? Yeah, you can go visit trendtradingfreedom.com/program, and there's a place there where you can sign up for this challenge, this weekly challenge. I'm going to do something like this every day, and if you want to come along every day, if you sign up, I'll give you a notice about what's coming up, and also the replay. The video will be in the membership area, part of the Trend Trading for Financial Freedom program, and probably a link also on the website. So anyway, if you want to come along and just let me know, put in the comments what your experience is in trading, why you might be interested in this, why you're not. I really think this is one way of having total control over your future. It's something, if you can learn how to have good trading skills and discipline, there's money to be made. I've watched over the shoulder of people who just is like it's a cash machine. They sit down for half an hour and they can just generate money. And that was mostly in commodities, but stocks too. But there's lots of opportunity, and the cryptocurrency is most people have access. It's fairly easy to get access to a good trading platform. It's fast. Look for something that has low fees. And anyway, we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you very much.